catastrophic failure was the outcome of Jewish attempts to liberate our homeland by ejecting the Romans in the 1st and 2nd centuries. Most famous was the collapse of the government in exile of Bar Kokhba, culminating in the slaughter of thousands of Jews at the hands of Roman soldiers. Repeated attempts at self-emancipation failed. The early Christians promoted an alternative approach. Ending Roman hegemony was impossible. Instead, Jews could attain spiritual liberation. Don't be concerned about politics, military, economics. Rather, focus on ethics, love, faith, eternal life, on God. The Messiah would be a spiritual leader, not the politician or warrior that the rabbis expected. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God's. That idea was valid. A prisoner can waste his whole life trying to escape, fighting the system, bemoaning his fate, or he can accept his situation and make the best of life within that reality. The choice is his. And that idea, indeed, had been employed by our rabbis in ancient times. According to folklore, the observance of the Sabbath day was implemented while we were still slaves to Pharaoh and Mitzrayim as a reform measure. The heart and soul of the Jewish people was expressed in that one most holy and spiritual day. But Shabbat in Egypt was not enough. The lesson distilled from our history was that the Jewish people had to leave Mitzrayim. We could never be free while we were slaves to Pharaoh. While enslaved, we could not create our own society based on law and love, where our labor was for the benefit of our own families and people. We had to leave Mitzrayim. 1,500 years later, after the Exodus, Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Yoshua, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, Rabbi Akiva, and Rabbi Tarfon were gathered in Bnei Brak, suburban Tel Aviv, discussing the Exodus from Mitzrayim all through the night. It was Passover night. They were being crushed by the mighty fist of Roman rule. True, the Romans built the aqueducts and paved the highways, but Roman values and ways were inconsistent with Jewish law and ethics, not compatible with the mitzvot of the Torah. We could not achieve our purpose under foreign occupation. We had to be free to serve our God, to follow our own way. That rabbinical assembly was around the time of Bar Kokhba. The sages looked at every historical case from the prior 1,500 years, and they came to the inevitable conclusion. They came to the inevitable conclusion that the Jewish people could survive and could fulfill its mission in the world in a meaningful way, as God intended, only if they could attain material, political, financial, military, physical autonomy in our own land. Israel could not accept Roman rule. Spiritual emancipation was necessary, but not sufficient. As one great philosopher would say centuries later, it is a material world. Our predicament this year is material and spiritual. We are like prisoners in our own homes. True, I'm in a country club prison, a gilded cage with a 85-inch television and a hot tub, but still, I'm completely isolated and alone, well, except for my little family and my Zoom buddies. But some of us, I know, are very seriously at risk of dying in this prison, and otherwise have it much worse. And there is no apparent way out at the moment. What can we do? What are we to do this Passover? During this Passover, besieged and begrieved by a novel virus, under quarantine, we will plumb the depths of the Haggadah, reread the Torah to find spiritual strength, personal and communal liberation, to find joy and goodness, wisdom, inspiration, fellowship. We might stay up all night because who can sleep at a time like this? We will be patient with others and with ourselves, patient with the situation. We will seek spiritual freedom, but we know ultimately we're going to get out of here. Happy Pesach. B'Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem.